Pardon me. Hey guys, it's Aaron Farmer with mysugarfreejourney.com. It's time for Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm checking in. So, as of this morning, I am at 214.6 pounds, which means I've lost 185.4 pounds so far. But this also means I've gained about 5 pounds in the last week or two. The good news is I think I finally figured out what exactly the issue was and how to fix it. So I talked in here a couple weeks ago about that my father passed away, which was, he was my dad. I loved him, and it kind of messed with my head a little bit, but it was upsetting now because I'm able to look back and see, that it was a stroke that killed him, and the stroke was really kind of the last thing that, of a body that had not been taken care of for the last 60, 70 years, however old he was. He smoked, he drank, he did drugs in his youth, he ate the wrong foods, he was overweight, he had high blood pressure, which he passed on to me. And so the stroke was just kind of the final, the straw that broke the camel's back, and his body just broke down. Well, some of the things that I probably didn't say was that his choice was to be cremated after his death, and he was, so far away. It all happened so fast. I really didn't get to see him or say goodbye to him before he was gone, which is an odd feeling, to not have that final chance to say goodbye to someone that you loved. It's weird. It's like something's not quite done. Well, my mother put together a memorial for him last weekend, and what was happening was as this memorial was getting closer, and I didn't put the two together at the time. I really didn't until just a few days before the memorial. I figured out what was going on. But as that memorial was getting closer, I was getting more and more anxious, and I was craving more and more food. This is what was ramping up my hunger. I was just always hungry, and I don't know what the exact connection was, but obviously there was a connection. And one of the things that really tipped me off was one of the things I was craving was cream of wheat cereal, which the only time I've ever really eaten cream of wheat cereal was when my dad cooked it for me. So growing up, that was kind of his go-to hot breakfast thing. Looking back, I can see how obvious it is now. But as I was getting closer and closer and closer to that memorial service, the cravings were worse and worse and worse, and I think I was just anxious about having to, I don't know, having to say goodbye to my dad, having to see all of his old friends. I honestly don't know what was going on, but I guess the thing that's important for this video is that once the memorial service was over, everything kind of snapped back to normal the next day. I was able to get back to my old patterns of intermittent fasting. I haven't had a carb craving. In fact, haven't really had any cravings at all. I'm able to go. Started eating a little bit at work where I wasn't before, so I'll eat a big dinner, and then I'll have a little snack or something at work. But other than that, I don't feel hungry. I don't feel tired. I didn't, I feel like the control that I had over what I eat and when I eat has come back. And it was just, it was just the having to deal with that memorial service, having to deal with saying goodbye to my dad. So there's definitely more to weight loss than just the food that you eat. There's a mental aspect of it. There's things that are going on between your ears, which is why I started Motivational Monday. And because there's so much that's happening in your life, and all of that has a bearing on how your body reacts, how much fat your body lets go of. And so clearly this was a much more stressful couple weeks than I realized. and I guess maybe my cortisol levels were high, and maybe some of these other stress hormones were higher than they should have been. Because I had gotten all the way up to 220 pounds, and so it is nice to see everything kind of moving in the right direction, and I have I have a layer of control, over my hunger, over my appetite, over my food. So I guess it's all good. We'll see as we move forward if the weight continues to come off. But at 214, it is going in the right direction now. Because like I said, I was as high as 220 this last week, and it was something. It was something. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and come over to the blog. We got some cool stuff over there. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.